Hey everybody, we know Thanksgiving just passed and that for a lot of you it may not have been easy. You know, because of COVID, a lot of us weren't able to do a lot of the things that we normally do around the holidays. Whether you're spending time with family, traveling, certain things that you could not do that you normally do. Maybe you stayed home and just kind of had that feeling inside that you were disappointed because you couldn't see family, or maybe you did go and see family, but in the back of your mind you could not be at ease because you know that we're in a pandemic. And so today we want to talk to you about COVID during the holidays and just different ways you can cope with it and to get through it together.
Then we have 4 tips for you that we would like to share with you to get you through the holidays.
My name is Joshua Fequiere.
And my name is SueAnn Fequiere.
And together we are Jay's Fequiere. And we want to welcome you to the F.I.R.S.T. So, 4 tips to help you and your families. I know it's not easy right now to cope and get through these holidays during a pandemic, during COVID.
Yeah.
So tip number 1.
You just want to decrease your exposure, not just with who you're being around or where you are, not with just wearing masks, but we're talking about your exposure by watching the news. The
Absolutely.
news, watching it constantly, all day, every day, for 24 hours a day can really affect you in your mind. It can cause you to have anxiety and just become stressed over the whole pandemic COVID situation. So we're not saying not to watch the news, but what we are saying is to watch bits and pieces of it and then apply it so it doesn't consume you wholly and consume your mind.
Absolutely. I think that's a very powerful tip because, you know, usually whatever has our attention, you know, is controlling our lives or just kind of dictating our thoughts. And so often we realized we had to taper back on how much we were watching all the events that were happening. So like Sue said, we're taking it in doses. You're checking in, seeing what's going on, and then you know how to plan and you know how to pray. And so just kind of limiting your exposure to not being overwhelmed or allowing your mind to be overstimulated with all that's happening, because that's where the stress and anxiety kicks in. So that's tip number 1 for you guys. Tip number 2 is to have an outlet. There's so often that we could be next to each other in the same room and dealing with things individually when we have the advantage of having someone next to you to talk through it about.
Definitely. And sometimes we don't realize that it's affecting us or impacting us until we begin to take it out on other people.
Absolutely.
Or we begin to panic. Sometimes you don't even realize what it is.
Yes.
It's because you're not talking about it.
Absolutely. I mean, I think these different things that are out there, these different stressors, it impacts you and your significant other differently. So having each other there to talk through it. You know, the Bible says 2 is better than 1. And so we have the advantage of saying, you know what, checking in with each other. How are you dealing with this? You know, all that's going on. And then because we don't know what's happening underneath the surface unless we talk about it.
And because you're dealing with a lot, you're dealing with working from home, you're dealing with having the kids, just balancing everything and still trying to make it a festive holiday season for them and for you, so that you don't feel like, oh my gosh, this Thanksgiving, this Christmas was the worst.
To Sue's point, even mentioning the kids, if there's children in the household, they need an outlet too. I mean, we didn't deal with some of the stuff they're dealing with right now, this distance learning or going to school with masks on and you can't really interact with your friends the way you normally do. You know, it creates an environment that's very different for them, and it can be isolating too. So it's checking in with them as well, making sure they have that outlet to be able to talk about what's going on in their minds.
Tip number 3, don't focus on what you can't do. Focus on the things that you actually can do during this time with your family by either creating new memories or creating new achievements. For example, Joshua and myself, this was our first year cooking a full-on Thanksgiving dinner with just our kids. Usually we do like potluck style, everyone kind of brings, but we took on the responsibility. Is it responsibility? We took on the
obligation. I don't know.
So we took it on this year to do our own turkey.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I was just like, oh my gosh, a turkey. And then I started reading about different things, and I was like, oh my gosh, salmonella. How do you thaw this thing? But praise God.
Yeah.
We had to pray about it,
Yeah.
and everything came out great. So this was just like a new achievement
Yeah.
under our belts where we can say, wow, we created like a whole Thanksgiving dinner for our family.
Yeah, it was fun though, because we could have sat there and thought and just constantly thinking about, oh, well, normally around this time we're doing this or we're doing that, we're with this family. Like Sue say, we, on my side of the family, on her side of the family, we do Thanksgiving on the same day. So we're normally house hopping, and we're bringing like several side dishes to both events because it's like normally a potluck style, but the moms normally handle the meat, and whether it's the turkey, the ham, the pot roast, all that things. And so this year we was like, well, you know what, because of we can't really do that the way we want to, we decided to create something new, even in a limited or restricted atmosphere. And you know what? We had the kids involved as well. With the cleaning, the cutting of the different seasonings and things like that.
Yeah.
So it became a time together. So like Sue said, for that tip, don't focus on all the things you can't do right now. Look at the things that you can do, new experiences. Include the family, include the kids, because they got excited about being able to jump in the kitchen, and we now have more time together than we would normally if there wasn't a pandemic. So that's good. Number 3 was creating new experiences.
Yes, so comment below if you had to do something similar and this was your first year,
Yes.
or you did something new this year that you tried and you achieved something new because you were at home.
Absolutely. Something new that you probably haven't done before as a family, or even just something you've done that you're thinking, man, maybe I might do this again, or add this to, make this a new custom for myself and my family.
And our last tip is tip number 4. And we're talking about some activities that you can do just in your household with your significant other and your kids. Some of the things that Joshua and myself, we like to do are just having setting an expectation for each day, having something planned out. With that way, you're not really thinking about, I don't have anything to do, I'm bored. You give something for yourself and for your kids to look forward to. For example, something as simple as baking cookies. Something as simple as going to the store and getting a gingerbread house kit and just building it, having a competition. Fun little activities that you can do just to kind of keep their expectations high for the holidays. And also just hanging out, watching movies, playing games, do things together.
I mean, I definitely 100% agree with that, because otherwise you can just watch the day just go by, and you're just sitting there. But you set the expectations. We're gonna go to the park. We're gonna go maybe for a walk. If there's a little isolated field somewhere, just let them run around. It's little things that just gets them excited and gives them something to look forward to. And then things together as well. We're gonna cook dinner together. We're gonna. So I agree. I think having activities is what's gonna help us with, like we said, was tip number 1, which was taking your mind off of all the craziness that's happening. These activities is going to help to take your mind off of some of the things that's really consuming your thoughts, and putting it back on what's more important, and that's the people right in front of you. And so we know that time is precious, and we're just valuing the time we have with each other. And so those are our tips for you all to help you with dealing with COVID during the holidays. We can still make new and lasting memories even in this season. Finding things that you can do together or by yourself, whatever you do, to make you happy during these days.
Yes, and honestly, if you are having a hard time during this holiday season because of COVID, my husband and I, we started our coaching business. And give us a call. We have one free session that we offer. We would love to meet you and just help you to get through this time. If it's difficult for you and your significant other, we offer relationship coaching. We offer life coaching. So we're gonna put the link down below. Click it. It's completely free. We will meet with you and we can talk about everything. If you don't have anyone to talk to, we'll link our business number down below, and we would love to hear from you.
Absolutely. As you all know, just one of my favorite scriptures is iron sharpens iron, as a friend strengthens a friend. And so we are in each other's lives for a reason, and we'll be happy to be there for you if you're going through a difficult season and you just need someone to talk to. So that's the tips we have for you all. We do hope you guys are enjoying yourselves and to the best that you can. We're wrapping up the year of 2020. Don't give up on those dreams and goals that you have. Keep pressing. Yes. But that's what we have for you today. Yes.
So hopefully these tips helped you today, and if you haven't done so, check out our Jay's Fequiere apparel.
Yes.
We have some Time Out t-shirts, and we have some other stuff on there, some apparel that encourages, empowers, and enrich the lives of others.
Absolutely. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Go ahead and do that right now. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, because we know that in these times positive content is appreciated more than ever, and we want to come, like Sue say, and bring content that's going to encourage and inspire many of you. So we hope you enjoyed this video, and also our vlogs. We're vlogging the things that we're doing now during these times, and we hope that it'll provide entertainment for you and also some ideas of things you can do with your families. And please share with us what you're doing, because we're looking for new things to do as well to keep everyone just motivated and happy during the holidays. So from your family, Jay's Fequiere, my name is Joshua Fequiere.
And my name is SueAnn Fequiere.
And we thank you for joining us on the First, and don't forget
to keep God first.
Keep God first. God bless you all, and I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next week.